Good afternoon, people. Today, we're going to talk about you can learn anything that you want on the internet for free. That statement is true. There's a few nuances to it, and I'm going to get into that later. I'm going to show you something that's going to drive home this point, and it's kind of crazy. It's very crazy. Hold on a second. Let me get into it. All right. So I'm going to tell you a little story. All right. This is not about Bitcoin. It's not. What it is about this guy who is a cryptocurrency evangelist. He really believes in this stuff, and his channel isn't monetized. Now, I want you to really understand that by not monetizing his channel, he's losing thousands of dollars a month. I'm going to show you, give you an example. Wrong. Hold on. Just bear with me. I'm going to get to it. There we go. And yeah. So here's another one who's in the crypto thing. Poker. All right. Now, you see, this is wrong. And I'm going to show you why. You see his monthly views? They're doing like, it's a hockey stick. So, to give you an example, this guy's getting, Google has 5 or 6 or even more different classification of ads. He's getting the best ads. Okay, so literally I've seen his screen. I've seen him. He actually was into his dashboard, and like 3 months he did like 210,000. So that's about $65,000 per month from AdSense. So he's getting top tier ads. Okay. This guy, very same space. If he put ads on his channel, he would get that too. So all of this started with, you see how many views. He just put this video up the 14th. It's only 4 days later. He's almost gotten 100,000 views. The crypto channel space is super hot. Now, this guy, he doesn't monetize his channel, doesn't do anything, and he is, I believe, one of those people who is just 100% in on cryptocurrency. When Bitcoin was dropping like a rock, he was like, ho, calming people down. He's very much part of the community. I mean, he actually built this community. And he's giving information, and based upon the comments, that people have made money from. Thousands of dollars. I've seen this comments like, hey, thanks to you and your recommendations, I'm up $8,000. Right? He gives out a lot of information about cryptocurrency for free. Now, why am I talking about this? Well, go ahead and watch his video. I'm sorry. And you'll see what happened. Someone who's foregoing thousands of dollars per month, like maybe tens of thousands, to help people, to get people in this Bitcoin space, this cryptocurrency space. He had the imitable gall to put out a product for $10. For putting out a product, a $10 product, he got ripped on the channel. He got ripped on Reddit. He had other crypto YouTubers talking smack about him for putting out a $10 product. He is actually suffering personally to help people by educating people for free. Now, where am I going with this? You can learn anything you want to on the internet for free. That is a given. It's out there. But this is where it gets to be into a very dark place. You got people such as this individual, Suppo Man. Go ahead, look him out, check him out. I mean, it's not a recommendation. It's not an unrecommendation. I just want you to understand the gravity of the situation, that here's someone who truly cared about people, who had the immutable gall to put out a $10 product After helping people make thousands, people turned on him for asking for money. They turned on him. Pitchforks, memes, because the internet is supposed to be for free. You're supposed to give high-level information for free with no personal benefit. How dare you, supple man? Try to make some money off your traffic. Try to make some money off your hard-earned. No, you're supposed to bleed on the tube. You're not supposed to make any money. Andrews, one of the biggest cryptocurrency evangelists, he was poor until a bunch of folks donated a few million Bitcoin to him. Here's the thing. You can learn virtually anything you want to on the internet if you're smart enough. Now, I know I'm going to lose a lot of people. I know I'm going to have a lot of people who are going to get dislike this video. But everybody ain't as smart as some people. Some people have more talent. I feel that I am above, have above average intelligence. And even with that, when I see certain content on YouTube, on a blog, on a podcast, I have to go back into learning mode. Most of us don't know how to learn. So that's where you can learn anything on the internet for free. But the painful truth is most of us are very bad students. What happens to the 4.0 or 5.0 GPA student who gets to college and is not used to having to structure their own day? They almost flunk out their freshman year because they're not really good students. It's not that they're stupid. It's not that they're dumb. They just don't know how to study. And, their freshman year to the sophomore year, they kind of figure it out and their GPA bounces back because they have to learn how to put stuff together, how to set a study schedule, because there's no one telling them to do this like in high school. They're on their own. They're like out in the wilderness. And after high school and after college, the number of people who dedicate themselves to something, become technically proficient at something, is rare because people are bad students. Not to say they're bad people, not to say they don't know how to learn. Well, they don't know how to learn, but this is a fundamental thing that's not addressed, because going with Supple Man here, he broke it down. He gave people graphs. He broke it down. The other side of the equation is it's supposed to be free regardless of how valuable it is. Because if you, unlike me, I've conditioned myself. I have said, look, I'm Glendon Cameron. I'm here to sell you something. And the pitchforks came after me like, oh, how dare you? The internet's about helping people. You're not supposed to charge money. Whoever these foolish people are who come up with this stuff, right? And I had people on me. I had people do 3-hour hangouts about me charging for information that should be free. People were upset that I had the inimitable gall to actually say, look, this is my hard-earned intellectual property and I want some money for it. And then over a period of time, after people came to the channel and they heard the message, and a lot of people were turned off, and it's like, look, this guy just wants money. Forget him. I don't want nothing to do with him. He wants money. I need someone who's going to point me the way, someone that's going to give me immediate results, someone's going to help me make money without asking for nothing in return. This is the populace of the internet. This is how people think. But if you reverse that on them, oh, no. I got to get paid. I can't work for free. But they want you to work for free because it's the internet. And everything on the internet is supposed to be free and all good, There's supposed to be Swedish models all over the place because it's the internet. Many people do not take the internet as the real dimension that it is. It's like this plaything. It's like this quasi-dimension. And this is why whenever somebody charges money for something, many people revolt with the pitchfork. I didn't even go to Reddit to read some of the memes and stuff or the posts and stuff, but they tore this guy a new one simply because he put out a $10 product. $10, and it was something in reference to an ICO, which is initial coin offering. And they came after him. They came for him because he stepped out of his, I'm here to help you, I'm your big brother, I'm going to do this for free. He stepped out of that mode for just a nanosecond, and they roasted him. So if you have any ambitions of making money on the internet, you need to be very clear and you need to be very direct with your audience from day one. Or this is going to happen to you. This is what's going to happen. I've been through it. I had people create channels with similar names to use my name instead of, the O, they would use 0. And then they would mock people who were leaving positive comments on my channel, masquerading as me, having people think that I'm some kind of giant a-hole because this is the internet and it's supposed to be for free. And what's going to happen is people are going to want you to break it down till they get tangible benefits, and they're still not going to want to pay you money. Because one of the things that's happened in the world, it's not happened to everybody, but we've come up with this zero-sum game. For me to win, you must lose. So you cannot make any money if you want to be honorable. If you're making money, you're a sellout, even though the information that you gave me proportionally is 200, 300 times worth more than what I give you. That ain't the point. It's supposed to be free. Many people are caught up on that free thing. They're caught up on it to their detriment because, like this guy, he gave a lot of technical knowledge and stuff, but only so many people can actually give away second layer knowledge, third layer knowledge for free and not lose out. And these are Warren Buffett's, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs when he was alive, Larry Ellison, Zuckerberg, people who are already billionaires. It's like, yeah, I can give you this stuff. I can tell you exactly what I did because I am so far ahead of you that you can't catch me. I have no problem giving you all the secrets because competitively, you can't scale enough to even be a gnat on me because I'm an elephant. And a lot of people don't really look at that, and they're caught up in this for free stuff. And there's this post on Reddit about not having, it's just like, you don't have to pay anyone to learn how Amazon FBA. And the person was very price conscious, very price sensitive, which tells me he ain't making a lot of money. For you to be that on the money about the money, you ain't making a lot of money. So you can learn anything on the internet for free. If you're a good student, if you're very talented. Now let's talk about the opportunity cost of learning for free. One of the things that happens with the internet, and I'll use my first book as an example, is you don't have a lot of time to get to market and capitalize on the market. I had a 14-month head start, so when the shows came on, boom, people found me. I made a lot of money. Now, there are a lot of people who came with storage auction books purportedly better than mine. Maybe they are better than mine because I didn't read them. They came at me, but they didn't make the kind of money I did because I was first to market. I was the number one. I was the first person in the storage auction space. I was number one. They didn't make nowhere near as much money as I did because I had such a head start. Dude, he put out his book 2013, and I just started laughing because it was over. Because the thing is, fundamentally, storage auctions are very, very hard and very physically demanding. And I knew that once the mania and the get rich for little, or, get these units for real cheap and make a lot of money, once all that wore off and people saw the reality of how much work they were going to have to do, I know it's going to be over. And honestly, it lasted much longer than I thought. Because I thought once they go buy some units and they get a unit that was full of roaches, or they get a unit with a snake, or they get a unit with mice in it, they're going to be out. Nope. Storage Wars. Thank you, Storage Wars. They kept the dream alive. They kept the hype alive. Every morning I'm like, oh, really? It's still going on. It's still going on. I can't believe this. Wow. And this is the thing. So by you taking your time to learn all this stuff for free versus actually hiring someone to actually reduce your learning curve, By the time you get good at a certain thing, the market could be gone. It could be literally gone. Like, I think the people who did Amazon FBA 5 years ago won big, won huge. People taking courses today, getting started, most of them are not going to be successful. And because it's one of those, the emperor's not wearing clothes things, a lot of people are not going to say they're not successful. Like we had this young lady who did Amazon FBA, and she told her story the other day in the thread. You know how many times that has happened? But a lot of people won't say anything because the narrative is if you do Amazon FBA, you're supposed to be successful. And people have talked themselves into a frenzy like, well, I must have did something wrong, so I need to buy another course. Because Amazon is a hot, trendy thing. It's proven. If you know what you're doing, you can make a lot of money with Amazon. If you know what you're doing. If you're well capitalized. If. But if you're not well capitalized and you make one mistake, you're out the frame. So you go and scour all of these forums and watch all these videos for just a little nugget of information, just an extra insight. And while you're doing all that, market's steadily closing. I put up 1, 2, 3 videos about Amazon, and I've been like 85% correct. So by the time you figure out Amazon FBA will be a different thing. So that's one of the things. That's the opportunity cost is huge, especially with fast moving markets. Look at the Facebook t-shirt game. First movers made millions. Now people are struggling because everyone's going to the same niches. Shopify, first people in Shopify made millions. Now you got people like, I don't know about Shopify. A lot of folks who are avid Shopify people, I don't know about Shopify. Well, let's go over here to this Bitcoin thing. Let's go over here to this Amazon FBA thing. Let's go over here to this Facebook ads things. Jump, jump, jump. Because they can learn this stuff for free. Earlier today, I was asking people who wants to be technically proficient, because when you become so good at whatever you do, people come find you. My consulting business I had last year, I didn't advertise. They came and found me because the content I put out. They found me because I'm technically proficient at starting businesses. I'm technically proficient at holding companies, LLCs, strategies, because I've done it for myself over and over again. I got some LLCs that I would challenge you to try to find. And they are in the state of Georgia. Good luck finding them. You can't find it. I can't have nobody up in my business. My pen name, I'll never tell anyone. My books are starting to move again for some reason because they were just dominant. Now they're kind of moving again. So you have to be really careful with it's on the internet and it's for free. I understand you don't have a lot of money. I understand you don't have a lot of time. But success does not care. If success dictates that it's going to take you 2 to 8 years to get what you need, success, you can't cheat success. I'm like, oh, you ain't going to cheat me. You're going to give me your all. There ain't no playing around with this. But a lot of people will keep trying to hack it, keep trying to get around it. Like, someone asked me, Bitcoin. Some people are making fantastic sums of money from cryptocurrency. Do you know the other day that one person bought $1 billion worth of Bitcoin? One person. One. Which is further indication that the market is being manipulated, because that literally moved the market. That one person buying $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. So at some point, it's going to be what it's going to be. But in the meantime, I have to ask myself, like, what am I good at? What am I going to do? How am I going to make my money? And if you notice, I haven't really jumped around a lot. I didn't get on the Kindle thing. I didn't get on the Bitcoin thing, because these are trends and these are fads. Yes, they're fads. Yeah, cryptocurrency will be around for a while. It'll be around a long time. Blockchain, yeah, it'll be around. But the current situation of cryptocurrency is a fad because everybody's in it. You got people putting their life savings in it, hoping and praying that they don't go broke. So understand, you can learn anything on the internet for free if you're talented and if you're willing to pay the opportunity cost, which could be enough time in years that you may miss the boat. So I started becoming successful when I started paying money for my education. Lead to fill, I got 97, 98. It was a Nightingale Conet. They sent it to me for free. And then I got an invoice for $114. That was exactly half of my pay for the week. Half. And it was well worth it. And I started to change when I started to pay for my information. I started to pay for my knowledge. A lot of changes happened to me because there is no free lunch. And also, information that you get for free, you tend to not really invest into it because you have no skin in the game. Like none. Let's see what's going on in this chat room. Whoa. Let's see what we got going on in here. Let me go ahead and close some of these windows. Get rid of that. What's up, Johnny Walton? The Wild Jones Report. What's going on? Cody Wyman. Ganja, I agree with this topic, but it would take patience and work and other stuff you have to figure out. Of course. What's up, Daphne Jackson? Stefan, Sense of Reality. Arden. Cody Wyman. Benny. Kindle Vision. Tiger Shark Studios. Mood Motivation. Really, Cody? I don't know. Oh, you got to buy your education. Tiger Shark, yes, don't ask for the money. I always ask for the money. Hey, what's up, Chris Monroe? Definitely need to get back to learning the basics. Community Loss Feliz. Good evening. Got my 8K saved up for my second gig. Awesome. Young Brandon, what's up? Chris Monroe, they lack critical thinking skills. Yes. Johnny Walnut learn better when it's hands-on. Most men do. Did you know that the school systems is designed for girls and they're trying to turn boys into girls in the learning mode? And this is why that there's so many disruptive boys. All right, Ganja. Benny, I'd rather pay so I can expedite the process from people who know more than me. Abundance versus scarcity. That's true. Young Brandon, I'm more of a visual learner. Be real. Anyone not willing to pay for advancement doesn't want to advance bad enough. That's true. Thanks, Chris Monroe, for the super chat. Nothing in life is free. Mr. Black Culture, what's up? S-Rep, Catch 22. If you give free information but believe it isn't true, if you charge, they expect to pay and do nothing, and they complain about the lack of results. I used to have that problem. One of the things that I had to do was change my messaging, and it was painful, but I really don't get those people. I used to have people in the comments like, oh, man, I'm going to just get you free information. I ain't going to never pay you. They used to say that like it was a compliment or something. Gary Vaynerchuk doesn't make it easier with his holier than thou attitude towards making money online. To be fair to Gary, he's talking to millennials. He's talking to young people. Because, see, and I've mentioned this before, Gary is not trying to sell me or you or anything. He ain't trying to sell none of us. He's trying to sell these multi-million-dollar contracts to the Fortune 2000. That's where he makes his money. He just uses us to leverage his expertise for them to pay him. That's his game. Marvin Strickland, it's a difference between wanting to make money and having to learn to make money. You pay for the knowledge. People don't get it. True. Erica Williams, people will ask 25 questions about a $10 or $20 book before buying. Bruh, go get a job. You really broke. Let me tell you, and I went through this with my first book. I was on the phone with this guy, no lie, for 2 hours for a $19 ebook, and he still didn't buy. 2 hours. And at that point, I realized this ain't working. Levi, 35990. Gee, you asked, why do you like free? Just to think about it. When I thought about it, free was safe and I didn't have any skin in the game when it comes to my pocket. I care more. Good lesson. There it is, man. There it is. Ganja, I'm learning Android apps. Trust me, it took me a year to finally figure out how to make an Android app by learning it for free. If I signed up for a paid workshop, I would cut my learning time by 50%. Time is money. Chris Monroe, yes, storage auctions ain't no joke. Bought over 250 lockers in my life. Work, wow, you have work. Kelly Mack, most rings cost so much and so long, but sweat equity pays out. In the long run, sweat equity pays out better. What's up, Tasha? Erica Williams, 10 to 13% of people want actual change. The rest just want to watch and know something. They're still at a $12 an hour job, but they know something. Oh, man, that's cold. Balloons and more gifts. Sick of the free people. Scared money don't make the money. Can't tell you how many people tried to use the Party City threat on me and told them exactly where Party City was located, laughing at them. Wow. What's up, Tone Lee? Awesome, Tasha. Diana Thompson, what's up? Agent J. Poole, yes. Actually, I'll find it. I'll even show it to you. One buyer buys $1 billion in Bitcoin. This just happened too. There it is. One. By an anonymous cryptocurrency enthusiast capitalized on this week's dramatic Bitcoin price plunge by scooping up $400 million worth of Bitcoin. Okay, now I want you to think about something. How many people in the world have 400 million to buy some Bitcoin? I mean, seriously, there's like 5,000 people, maybe 6,000 people in the world who can do that. So, I mean, that just tells you, if you know anything about investment, that's straight up manipulation. What he's going to do, and also just to understand, you know, I don't have 400 million, but I know how this works. So he buys 400 million Bitcoin, whatever that is. If the price of his Bitcoin moves just $500 and he dumps it, let me see. What is there? I want to find out. Calculator. Because cool. So 400 million, and it's, I think, let's see how many zeros. One, that's 40. So one more zero divided by 10,000. So he bought 40,000 Bitcoin. All right. So if the price moved 2,000, that's 40,000 times 2,000. Just a $2,000 move, 8 million. No, that's wrong. 80 million. 80 million. Just a $2,000 move. So that's why I say that Bitcoin is being manipulated, because you don't need that many people. And think, if you're smart enough to amass 400 million, you know how this works. And so I think they're all doing it. Big money takes little money all day long. So that's the kind of games they're playing. And once again, to be capricious, if you're a normal person, you can't buy that much Bitcoin, even if it's at 10, even if it's at 8. You can't buy that much. Let's say you got 100 G's and you buy 10. And it goes up to 20,000. So you made 200,000. That's if you had the 10,000 to buy 10 of them. I mean, 100 grand to buy 10 of them. So this is why, you know, it sounds good in theory, and there's a lot of people who are trading, folks who are making money. They're making money. Don't make no mistake about it. And what is the price of Bitcoin right now? Oh, it's struggling again. So that's how that game plays. I'm telling you. People just do not want to understand that. Call Sneed, Erica Williams. Let's see. Wow. William Watts. I think it's ridiculous that people will haggle over $99.99 to learn something, but have no problem spending over $1,000 on an iPhone payment plan. They can feel and touch that iPhone. The truth bombs are in the paid stuff that people promoting the free stuff, the content don't tell you. Glenn, what is your opinion of those Udemy courses? I was on Udemy, and when Udemy changed their price point, I left. Some of them are probably amazing, but the thing is, they kind of killed the market. Buy the dips. Wow, that's the corner most of the market for the little guy. I'm telling you. Well, Cody, you're doing what I'm doing. I'm staying in my lane. They probably made him a market maker. He can set the price and pays for the whole, pretty much. And we will see it will crash. If he dumps that much BTC, the market will go back to $6 or $4 grand. You know what? Stranger things have happened, Ganja. I need to buy some more Bitcoin. That's interesting, Diana. Pretty much, Benny. I mean, that's what's happening, and that's what, you can't tell these people, because going back to supplement, I mean, they're evangelists. They really believe in this stuff. D Hectrix, Bitcoin, 3-card money on the global scale. Pretty much. I didn't really read the Blue Ocean Strategy. I meant to get it. I think I got it on my Audible, but I never read it, so I don't even know. I can't really comment on that. No, it's not the topic, but thanks to you, quality people in my life, I'm getting my life insurance license using your credit plan to get myself right and pay the school loans. Cool. Maybe I'll just stick to the lotto. Dear Wesley, too. What do you project to be the next bubble past Bitcoin? I really don't know. Maybe student loans. I think student loans are like out of control. Gary Vee had a course on Udemy. Udemy did a $14.99 special. Gary Vee was like, the hell, told everyone to sell content on their own website. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, this whole notion of there's so many ifs, because it is true. There's some people here on YouTube who provide amazing content, but since they don't know how YouTube works, they have 30 and 40 views on their videos. And most of them give up. After about a year or two, they just give up. So that happens. Glendon Karen, what do you believe is an unrealized market? I don't really know, because I want you to understand my mindset when I did the storage auction thing. I knew that, from playing around with newbies coming out there, I knew that there was a need in the marketplace for a storage auction how-to guide. That was covered. That was easy. What happened was Auction Hunters, Storage Wars, Storage Fight, there was like 3 shows. They artificially created a market. Storage Wars, Auction Hunters, that was a bubble. It was a bubble. I made a lot of money off a bubble because it wasn't going to last forever. And one of the things that I want to do is create something that I'm going to be selling courses and contents year after year after year. I would rather take that at $1 million a year than to get 3 or 4 million all at once from a fad, because There's never a point in your life when you don't need money. There is no such thing as too much money. It doesn't exist. Muka Chanda. I mean, it's Muka. I'm gonna just call you Chanda. Could be. Afri, which one of your books do you recommend? I'm gonna actually. You know what? I'm gonna answer that now. I think. Let me see if it's below. What I've done. Let's see. I thought it was under there. It's not. This is what I've done. And I'm just going to do this real quickly. Because I had Patty do it. She took all of my books from Gumroad. I know it's in here somewhere. That's just something else that I have to... okay, where the heck is it? I'm going to find it. One of the reasons I did this is I wanted all my content in one place, because saying go here, go there, that gets confusing. People kind of flake out. Where the heck is it? Oh, here it is. So all of my books are here in one place, and I think it's like 99 bucks. Tomorrow I'll do this, but for anyone who wants it, I'll just go ahead and put this under the video. One deal. So that's what I would tell you to start with. So that is now under the video if you want to access it. Erica Williams, 3,000 people default on student loans daily is coming. Wow. That's an incredible stat. People will spend $100K in college to get a $40K job. Well, that's part of the indoctrination. Oh, no, that was a YouTube strategy. I gained 20,000 in about 6 weeks, which I'm going to see if it works again. The technologist. Have you ever heard of jump cut? Yep. I don't know. I can't say one way or another, because this is the thing. YouTube constantly changes. That's one of my struggles with creating a YouTube course, because it constantly changes. I can tell you stuff that worked last year. It does not work this year. Marvin Strickland. I started my business 2 years ago with within a company, and good move. I got flat. What do you mean within a company? You mean a franchise? The Wild Jones Report. Actually read Blue Ocean Strategy since rarely learned. The book is sequence earlier today. Oh, it's sequel today. Okay. That is a high number. Sensibly Shah. Sensibly Shah. What's up? Definitely it's indoctrination. It's 100% indoctrination, because you got to understand, like I put up this post on my Facebook page, like a gun ban is not going to stop these killings, because it's not a policy issue. It's a culture issue. We have many young people, old people, whatever you want, who have a fundamental disregard for human life. They would just come out there and shoot someone they don't know because they don't value human life. That's the problem. I grew up in the house with guns. My friends grew up in the house. We did not have these shootings when I was in school. We didn't have them. They talked about since Trump killed. Oh, really? I wonder how many folks voted for him and got hurt by that. I wonder. What's up, Dave DC? Sassy Moxie, really? I didn't know that. That's harsh. That's very, very harsh. Oh, here's some free knowledge for y'all. I know y'all like that, right? Free knowledge. The expectation, I don't know how I'm gonna pull it off, but I'm probably start doing 3 videos a day. 1 live stream, maybe 2 live streams, and 2 regular videos. The video that's gonna pop tomorrow morning is already processing. It's a long one, and I'm gonna play around with it. So I don't know the exact schedule, but I'm gonna try to put out 3 videos next week. So that's 15 videos a week. And we'll see what that does to the algorithm. I've already seen some changes. And we'll see. This dude Bakes, what's up? Stephen Arthur, what do you think might have contributed to the culture of no value for human life? Several things. It's not just one thing. Single parent homes. And this isn't a slam on mothers. It's just one parent can't do it all. If anyone who had kids knows this. Paddling out of school. When I went to school, we knew there was consequences for stuff. These kids, there are no consequences for cussing your mom out. There's no consequences for smoking dope. There's just none. I should say, let me clarify that. I should say for wealthier kids, there are no consequences. If you're poor, the consequences are immediate and they're desired. They're very, very dire. So just to parse that. Sense of reality, that's very true. What's up, honey bunny? Benny, I lived in Thailand and my experience was so much better than living in America. I want to go back to Southeast Asia. Once again, as I was trying to make in my video, it's culture. In Japan, if you leave an umbrella on the suit, no one on the seat on the train, no one's going to take it. That's a deep cultural thing. That's just not something you can do overnight. That's why if they ban guns, then the next move is to confiscate guns, because there's so many guns out there already that it would be decades of these shootings even if they ban guns. Brandon Phillips, it's interesting you said that culture has given folks a disregard for human life. I talked to a few people at work who tell me they absolutely hate humans. All right, this has been a shift. When I grew up, and this may seem strange, but have you noticed that porches are no longer in the front of the house? You have a patio or a deck in the back. When I was growing up, everyone had a front porch. Some area where either big or small, where people could sit. And when I would walk around the neighborhood, I would see people sitting on the front porch. Hey, Miss Jones, what's going on, Mr. Willingham? Which prompted an exchange. So you got to know people. When they started putting the deck or whatever in the back, I think that fundamentally changed the infrastructure and how people related. When I lived in Dunwoody, you could go to the street, you'd think nobody was at home. You really would, because you wouldn't see anybody. What do you mean YouTube gonna call me on the phone like Ty Lopez? What they call him? What did he do now? Crump 04, people are pissed they're taking income taxes for defaulted student loans. Really? Tracy Love, yep, that's why I homeschool. Ganja, it's not easy to change culture. It's not. Be Real, was listening to the Judge Joe Brown interview yesterday, and he said President Obama was the richest pervert we ever had. He went in office with if you count his campaign money, yes. Now, with that, Donald Trump has raised more money than Obama. So I don't know about that. And what does that have to do with anything? What happens? They bend bullets. I don't know. Lack of male teachers, lack of men at home, lack of church, lack of mentors. 12 to 18 kids need men, folks. It's a big issue. You really was, honey bunny? I mean, seriously, fundamentally, society has changed Like there was this guy, and I can't find it, but he was a comedian, and he was just talking about how people relate to folks. Like back in the day, if you were in someone's neighborhood, you could just drop by. He's like, and they open up the door, and it's like, who's at the door? Oh, what are you doing here? I was just in their neighborhood. I thought I'd drop by. Well, come on in for some Sanka. Get out the crumb cakes and, oh, well, you know, just seeing how you doing. You all right? Yeah, I'm all right. Now, who's that? We've become afraid of each other. Let's see. Here's my problem with the idea of a gun ban. Like all other laws in the books, the ban of guns will not be enforced evenly. Nope. Poor people will be disproportionately impacted, like they already are. Dave DC, I read somewhere that psychoactive drugs like Prozac actually cause suicidal tendencies. Apparently 90% of more shooters are on them. I didn't know that. Decks all over Texas. Benny, we also give these shooters way too much airplay. I agree. You know that it was a mass school shooting with an AK-47 that started this in 1989. So it was a mass school shooting that gave people like, oh, I can buy guns and shoot people. Toddy Jones speaking, the front porch is kind of like how families don't eat dinner together as a family anymore. That's pretty much on point. Marvin Strickland became a member of the Motor Club and became an independent agent selling the same products I bought from them. You know, because there's two. There's Motor Club of America, and then there's the real Motor Club. Sensorality. Speaking as a first-generation American with two cultures, I believe American culture moved from a culture of mediocrity and economic prosperity for normal folks to a culture that validates rich people. I'm telling you, you got two choices here in America the way I see it. You want to get as rich as you can to change your class. There are no other option. Just being like regular, normal people, you're going to get screwed. Oh, I love George Carlin. I mean, yeah, it was just funny because it was playing on YouTube, on Facebook. With all the guns in the hood, you never hear of a mass shooting in school in the hood. Well, part of this, and you got to understand, these shooters shoot schools that they know they're going to get a lot of attention. You go in the hood and you shoot a bunch of little black kids, that's not going to get the airplay as you go to a well-off school and shoot a bunch of white kids. It's not getting the same airplay. So that's it. So I'm not going to be here in the morning. Hopefully this video will do what it needs to do tonight because it's like long. I'm shooting it in 4K, and I can talk about that. One of the things that I'm doing is, like, YouTube is for YouTube. And if you don't do what YouTube wants you to do, they're going to get rid of you or they're going to demonetize your videos. So I'm about to try something else because YouTube is still going to be probably just as important and more important than Facebook for a long time to come. Because if you do it right, you can reach a lot of people. Black 122 112. You're right. There are no other options. Get rich or get disrespected in life. Pretty much, Troy. I mean, this is my story. If you saw the video, I used to live in that house for real. I'm not making that up as some internet pity party story. I lived in that sucker for real. And it was 18 years ago. How did I get out? I made more money. When that became my mantra, my life improved. Yeah, another thing that happened with teachers is, how many folks here are over 50? When we went to school, teachers chose that job because they wanted to teach. Teaching has become a easy, safe, recession-proof job. So the caliber of people that we have entering the teaching profession is not the same. So that's a big part of that, Stefan. Dehectrix, no. Yeah, I've been checking out Big Hurt. I mean, that's some interesting stuff because I did not know it. All right, so we're at that part. I think I'm just going to leave the special that I put out this morning. I think that's going to leave that. Let's see. What did I put out this morning? I don't even know. Tax Slayer for the average citizen to win. And there's a 70% off coupon right now. Let me just take you through the process. Since I got a video queued for tomorrow, because it's going to be all over the place this week. I'm just letting you know. But I'm going to work on this one, and it's part of the package. Don't buy this one because there ain't nothing there yet. But I'm going to teach you how to start a YouTube channel and save $5,000 to $25,000 off your taxes. You don't have to get a lot of views. You just have to make a determined effort to do this. And I'm going to teach you how to do that. And that's going to be part of, let's see, go here. Let's go to bundles, Tax Slayer, because I'm going to get off in this. I'm going to be doing quite a bit. It's going to be a busy week next week. So you can, and let me make sure that this is actually under here. Okay, so all of my books, because I got to get all this together. Today's deal is 70. Oops. Well, yeah, I can see that. 70% off. Tax Slayer. Right there. And use code Sunday. So that's the deal today. Come out of that. Johnny Waldem, 50, then you know. As the economy is so bad that parents have a hard time providing their kids the attention and support they need growing up. True. Thanks, Dave DC. Personal development fundamentally is the main reason that I am here today. It's that important. Honey Bunny, I'm almost 40. My close circle of friends is nearing 50. Yeah, teachers are just different back there. Teachers' education used to be equivalent to a doctor's and lawyer's education. Troy Glover. I know you mentioned the majority of your audience is older, but I am, and I pay, very close attention to your content, and you're spot on. I was raised old school. All right, Arden. Oh, no, teaching is rough, man. We're going right back to the Gilded Age. We could. So just go ahead and let y'all see the deal. Make sure that you can get Tax Slayer for the average citizen. It is on my schedule to wake up first thing in the morning, work on Fat Cat Secrets, get that going, get some other stuff going, and you can get 70% off tonight. And when I wake up, I'll probably change the price. So you've got a while. Use code word Sunday, all in lowercase. And that is the deal. And for anyone who wants a book, I'm going to leave this. I think it's like 99 bucks. So it has all of the books in mini courses in one place. Because like I said, I'm moving all my content to one platform. Make it easily accessible. So that's the deal. All right, folks, I will catch you later. I got something to do. Hopefully you had a lot of food for thought. Think about things a little differently. D. Hector, soon I see that Ty Lopez wrote an article for CNBC. He says he's positioned himself as an expert in the mainstream. Great marketing. I mean, the dude makes money. Let's just be real clear about that. He makes money. And he's the first one to utilize YouTube advertising the way that he did. He's the first one, and look at the results. All right, you folks have a good night, and hopefully this video will be ready first thing in the morning. Be sure to get the taxpayer special, because I'm telling you, there's going to be some good stuff in there, and you're going to save more than it costs you. So with that, I will, if I can get back to the cutoff button, because if I don't hit that button, it will go on forever. There we go. All right, good night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow sometime.